Hello, everyone. Welcome to the gaming outside the conference course, Justin. And we got something of an interesting one this week. Something of a double feature, actually. Some news hot off the presses, hot off the presses, and other news that is kind of a bit colder, week old. So we'll see. This one, starting off hot off the presses. Ubisoft is laying off more people. I know, shocking at this point, right? Specifically, Red Storm Entertainment, the guys who are behind a lot of the Tom Clancy games. They've been around since like 90, 94, 95, something like that. Yeah, they've been they're pretty much been gutted, more or less. They've lost, unfortunately, 105 jobs. And Ubisoft themselves basically has stated that the remaining employees will be focusing on the Snowdrop engine, as well as IT and customer relations. So basically, they're the support desk of the game, or of the thing now, which is really unfortunate for a game that has had a hand in the Tom Clancy franchise. Has done Ghost Recon series, a lot of that good stuff, and apparently even worked on the 2022 or 2023 Assassin's Creed Nexus game, which by all accounts wasn't that bad, I believe. I haven't played it because I don't have the MetaQuest, but I'm told that was actually not bad. So unfortunately, yikes. Interesting as well, considering that I hear that there was a new Tom Clancy's Division announced. Like apparently Division 2 is like a major comeback, and the Division 3 has been teased. So basically having the studio that had a hand in that as well, I'd assume, has yeah. I mean, apparently they're working on something called the Division Heartland, which was canceled in 2024. So, maybe the Division 3 is still on the table. I think it is, but anyways, that's gonna have a major impact across the whole thing. Of course, this is just another line in Ubisoft's attempt to do the creative houses thing, which is just focus all of the IPs into five studios that are technically not Ubisoft in name alone, or related to Ubisoft in name alone, and that are, you know, thus able to have foreign investment come in and bail them out, and it's complicated. But suffice to say, this is just more along the lines of Ubisoft cutting uh, everything they can and hoping that they can make themselves profitable by cannibalizing themselves to infinity and beyond. Of course, in the words of a certain particular pundit I heard talking about the issue, eventually Ubisoft is going to have to do this magical thing called make money. So, eh? Eventually they will have to make some profit somewhere. This just isn't sustainable. But like I said, more bad press coming out of the whole Ubisoft debacle and pushing more towards the creative houses. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this company is bankrupt by like the end of the decade, honestly, because of just how much they're hemorrhaging stuff, and I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, that's kind of the Ubisoft business. Won't go too much into that. But we do have some more happy news coming off the presses as well. This is to do with Xbox, actually. Going to swing over to them. So, anyone remember the Xbox backwards compatibility push they did a few years back? Where they were basically taking a bunch of 360 games and Xbox, like base Xbox games, and making them playable on the newer generations. And then they kind of, stopped doing that after a while, which they stopped back in like 2021 with the statement, while we continue to focus on preserving and enhancing the art form of games, we have reached the limit of our ability to bring new games to the catalog from past due to licensing, legal, and technical constraints. Translated, it has become too much of a hassle. This is as much as we're going to do. Yeah, well, turns out they're actually going back to it. They're announcing that they're going to continue doing the backwards compatibility program, and while there's no exactly, details on what they're bringing in and what not, it does seem like they will continue the, 360 stuff and all of that. So, yeah, we've joked about the new head of Xbox division before on this channel, so I guess I kind of owe her an apology since it seems that this is coming out of it now. So, regardless, this came out of a keynote from the GDC 2026, along with brand new details for Project Helix, which was announced by Jason Reynolds, which is the current VP. They stated that they will share new ways to play in some of its most popular Xbox games sometime this year, so expect to hear more announcement of that as the year goes on. Their actual word on the matter is, end quote, we're committed to continuing games from four generations of Xbox. Let me say that again. We're committed to keeping games from 4 generations of Xbox playable for years to come. As part of our 25th anniversary later this year, we'll be rolling out new ways to play some of the most iconic games from our past. Ronald Allard in an Xbox Wire post. So yeah, it does seem like they're gonna continue with the backwards compatibility thing and put more games on. He continues by saying, as games increasingly span devices, we're breaking down the barriers between consoles and PC gaming for more seamless cross-device play, and we're making the Xbox experience consistent across screens. This also gives developers a simpler, more unified path to reach more players while helping reduce development costs. So yeah, there you go. It does sound like the backwards compatibility push is being brought back to life, so that'll be interesting to see where it goes. There's a few games I'm still interested to see if they'll bring to the PS3. For example, the original Avatar game for Xbox. Call that movie tie-in game what you will, but that was actually a pretty good movie tie-in game, which I do not believe it was ever made backwards compatible. It's a long shot, but you never know. Maybe it'll get backwards compatible and I can actually play that on modern systems. That would be nice. Play that alongside the more modern thing that Ubisoft made for Avatar, which was pretty good. I don't think I did it, but would be nice to play the classics. Anyways, what do you think about all this, Justin? Bit of bad, bit of good? Pretty much, yeah. No deep commentary, just yep. No deep lore. All right. So, like I said, guys, like bit of good, bit of bad on the presses this week. We got Ubisoft news with Ubisoft cutting more people just in general. My heart goes out to all the 105 people, or 105 people, I believe, that got cut from the studio, unfortunately. Got cut from, forgive me, it's like 10, almost 11 o'clock, and my brain is not thinking right now. That got cut from Red Storm Entertainment. I hope they find new business elsewhere. I hope they find new jobs elsewhere. This industry is becoming increasingly hostile towards devs, which is deeply unfortunate, especially with the AI push. But anyways, that's a topic for another video. Especially with, like I said, I recently heard the Division 3 was rumored, so who knows when that'll happen. But like I said, we also have the good news here with the Xboxes announcing that they'll go back to the backwards compatibility program, which, like I said, the last time we got anything from that was like 2022, 2021. So yeah, been a hot minute since we got those. So yeah, some good, some bad. We'll see what comes out of it. And let me know in the comments section, what games do you hope will come from the backwards compatibility program? Do you have anything particular in mind that was missed in the last wave of games that they put out? Or, are you just going to sit there and bang the drum on Ubisoft going, how dare they? Which, in fairness, yeah, no, you would definitely be not wrong to bang on the drum of Ubisoft and call them out for being a wretched, wretched company with a wretched, wretched CEO that is more interested in preserving legacy than, anything else for that matter. But yeah, that's our show. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all found it interesting. And yeah, a bit of lighter news this week, so we decided to put them together into one. But we'll see how it goes. Anyways, see y'all next week, everybody. Bye bye.